Good morning students. In this session we are going to start new chapter photosynthesis in higher plants. See, in photosynthesis process, energy rich compounds like carbohydrates are synthesized from single inorganic compounds like carbon dioxide and water in the presence of chlorophyll and sunlight with the liberation of oxygen. Mainly there are autotrophic mode of nutrition and heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Autotrophic means organisms which prepare their own food, and heterotrophic means which depends on other. So in this, obviously when we are talking about photosynthesis, so the organisms included in this will be autotrophs. So we are studying about higher plants. Now when we are talking about photosynthesis means preparation of food with the help of carbon dioxide, water, in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. Now, the site of photosynthesis is leaves. Okay, that detail we are going to study. I am going to tell you about detail also. Now when we are talking about raw material, see, carbon dioxide and water, these are the raw material which are needed for photosynthesis. Okay, so these are the raw material. What do you mean by raw material? See, carbon dioxide is absorbed as it is, and after that, but with the help of photosynthesis, it is converted into carbohydrate. So that is a carbon dioxide is a raw material, and food prepared, that is starch, carbohydrate, that is a food prepared with the help of carbon dioxide and water. These are the raw materials which is used in photosynthesis. All living organisms on earth depends directly or indirectly on the sun's energy, and all animals depends on plant for food, and green plants synthesize their food with the help of physico-chemical process, that is photosynthesis. In this process there is conversion of light energy into chemical with the evolution of oxygen, and survival of almost all living organisms depends on oxygen. The process of photosynthesis is mainly performed in chloroplast. Each chloroplast is double membranous structure, and the membranes are permeable and separated by periplasmodial space. Okay, and it contains stroma, mainly stroma and lamellar system. Okay, now see, stroma, it is a granular matrix, proteinaceous. Okay, and it is a site of dark reaction, and sugar are formed which later get converted into starch. See the diagram. There is a stroma and granular lamella. They are present, and see a disc-like structure is there. See, grana lamella. They are stacked one over the other like a channel. Okay, that is known as granum, and the number of thylakoid per granum ranges from approximately 2 to 100. Now, the thylakoids are the structural and functional elements of chloroplast which are embedded all over the stroma, and each thylakoid is flattened sac lined by membrane. Okay, and these membranes are made up of both protein and lipids.
The chloroplasts are associated with both protein and lipids, I've told you. And the space present in the thylakoid of granum is termed as locule. Different pigments are involved in the process of photosynthesis. Pigments are usually located within the membranes of thylakoid, and some amount of pigment may also be found in stroma lamella. Now, there are mainly three kinds of pigments: chlorophyll, which are water insoluble; carotenoid, water insoluble again; phycocobalamin, this is water soluble. Now, see, each chlorophyll molecule is made up of porphyrin head and a phytol tail. It is a long chain of alcohol. Clear? And the skeleton of each pyrrole ring is made up of 5 atoms, 4 carbon and 1 nitrogen. Now, synthesis of chlorophyll takes place in the presence of essential factors, that is light and mineral element iron. Initial reaction starts with the condensation between the succinyl coenzyme A and amino acid glycine to produce an unstable product that further changes to amino acid. Okay, or we can say ALA. See, chlorophyll is mainly of different types, that is chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, C, D, bacteriochlorophyll, and carotenoid, they are mainly yellow or orange in color, and they are of 2 groups, that is carotene and xanthophyll. And last is phycobilin. It is of 2 types, phycoerythrin, that is red pigment, and phycocyanin, that is blue pigment. The lamellar membrane of chloroplast have 2 pigment protein complex, PS1 and PS2, that is photosystem 1 and photosystem 2. See, it is a polypeptide containing chlorophyll molecule, a reaction center. It also contains electron donor and electron acceptor. They transfer their energy to the reaction center situated in the core complex. Now, when we are talking about pigment 6, that is PS1 and PS2. See, light phase, when we are talking about, it means there is transfer of energy, quantum yield and immersion effect. Okay, and after that PS1 and PS2 system been there. Now in photosystem 1, see, chlorophyll A is mainly present there. Okay, and some physiologists they said that also carotene and chlorophyll B is present. Now it acts as a reaction center, and this system absorbs both wavelength, shorter and longer wavelength. Okay, while photosystem 2, where main pigment is chlorophyll A 673. See, when I am talking about the pigment, like in PS1, main is chlorophyll A 670, chlorophyll A 683. So you should remember the pigment. Okay, it is asked in the question. Now, in PS2, the pigment absorbs wavelength shorter than 680 nm. Okay, and PS1 and 2 both are involved in non-cyclic electron transport, while pigment 1 is involved only in cyclic electron transport. Okay, see, photosystem 1 generates strong reductant NADPH. Okay, PS1 it lies on the outer surface of the thylakoids. While if we are talking about PS2, it is on the inner surface of the thylakoid. Now for the process, see photophosphorylation. Photophosphorylation, by term only it is very clear that light phase, it obviously it includes both PS1 and PS2, and both are correlated. Okay, and NADPH is formed and oxygen is evolved, but ATP is also formed, and the formation of high energy phosphate ATP is dependent on the light. Thus it is known as photophosphorylation. Okay, it is dependent on light, that's why. And photophosphorylation is of two types, that is cyclic and non-cyclic. See, here also in diagram also it is shown that cyclic photophosphorylation involves only PS1. Flow of electron is cyclic. If NADP is not available, then this process will occur. And when the photons activate PS1, a pair of electrons are raised to a higher energy level and they are captured by primary acceptor. See, the electron acceptor is written there. It will accept, okay, and it is used in raising the high energy level. Now, their trip downhill is caused by the transport chain of pump hydrogen ion. See, hydrogen ion, it is across the thylakoid membrane. The proton gradient is established, which is responsible for forming ATP. See, ATP is formed. While in non-cyclic, mainly non-cyclic photophosphorylation is dominant in green plant, and it involves both PS1 and PS2 flow of electron and is unidirectional. Flow of electron is unidirectional. See, non-cyclic photophosphorylation, it is in the shape of Z. So it is also known as Z scheme. That is due to the shape of path of electron flow. Okay, and it was given by Hale and Bendel. Now, in chemoosmotic hypothesis, what is the hypothesis? See, in this, photolysis of water molecules takes place on the inner side of thylakoid membrane. In which system? PS2 system. Okay, and the hydrogen ions are produced by splitting of water molecules within the lumen of thylakoid. Now just see the diagram also. When the molecule passes an electron to the membrane, the proton is released into the inner side of lumen, and the NADP reductase enzyme is located on stroma, and it is reduced from NADP to NADPH. See, there at the top it is written, and electrons comes through PS1, and the proton required come from stroma. Okay, and within the chloroplast, proton in the stroma decreases in number, and in the lumen there is accumulation, which create proton gradient. Since one place it is less and other place it is accumulating, means it is increasing, so there will be difference, so it will create proton gradient across the thylakoid, and by the breakdown of this gradient, the energy is released, and ADP, adenosine diphosphate, okay, at the bottom, see, ADP get converted to ATP. It is written there, na? neostroma, ATP synthesis. ADP absorbs 2 hydrogen ion and it get converted into ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Okay, so in this total, in photosynthesis, Calvin cycle also takes place. That is a dark reaction. Till now we were talking about the light reaction. I've given the heading now. Light harvesting. Light harvesting means, okay, so the process takes place in presence of light. So that is light reaction. Now the dark reaction. See, dark reaction, or we can say biosynthetic phase. It is also known as Blackman's reaction. Okay, and Calvin cycle also. In this, 3 steps are there: carboxylation, reduction, and regeneration. The reaction were represented in the form of cycle. That's why it is known as Calvin cycle. See, first step I've told you, carboxylation. See the diagram also. In carboxylation, carbon dioxide accept a 5 carbon ketose sugar and RUBP. Okay, RUBP is written there. It undergoes carboxylation and produces 2 molecule of 3-PGA. Okay, and it is catalyzed by IUBP carboxylase. And next after that, see, reduction is written, and it is also termed as glycolytic reversed. In this, the phosphoglyceric acid, that is PGA, okay, in short I am telling you, and there it is written also. It utilizes 2 molecules of ATP for photophosphorylation and 2 NADPH for reduction. Okay, 2 molecule of ATP for photophosphorylation and 2 of NADPH for reduction. And yes, just now in previous we have seen that NADP is converted into NADPH. Okay, and triose phosphate is formed, which undergo many reactions, and finally what is formed? Sucrose and starch. Okay, and after that, last step is regeneration. In this, carbon dioxide acceptor molecule, RUBP, requires 1 ATP per carbon dioxide molecule. In general, we can say that the primary product is a 3-carbon compound called phosphoglyceric acid, and plants showing Calvin cycle are called C3. Why? Because first product is 3-carbon compound, phosphoglyceric acid. At the beginning only I've said 3-PGA, that is 3-carbon phosphoglyceric acid. That's why this cycle is termed as C3 or Calvin pathway. It is mainly shown in C3 plants. Now after C3 pathway, let us study C4. See, in dark phase, first we have done C3 pathway, that is Calvin cycle, okay, and second is C4 pathway, and it is also known as Hertzsprung cycle. Okay, now what do you mean by C4? See, C4 plants, they are mostly tropical and some are subtropical also. The bundle sheet cells around vascular bundle contain large number of chloroplasts, which are bigger in size, and they are arranged centripetally. See, there is the mesophyll cells. It contains the simple chloroplast, and it also shows C4 plants, they show Calvin cycle also. The primary acceptor of carbon dioxide, what we have studied in C3, it was RUBP, but here it is PEP. PEP means 3 carbon molecule phosphoenol pyruvate. Okay, in C3 it was RUPP and in C4 it is PEP, phosphoenol pyruvate. And the first product, stable product in C3 was 3-PGA. That's why it is known as C3. Calvin cycle is done in C3 plants. No? 3-PGA means phosphoglyceric acid with 3 carbon. While in C4 plant, first stable product is OAA. These are the short forms I am telling you so that it will be easy for you to remember. OAA means oxaloacetic acid. Okay, oxaloacetic acid. And this is a 4 carbon compound. So that's why it is termed as C4 cycle also. Okay, it is termed as C4 pathway. And it is more efficient in higher plants. It is it is effective in light absorption. The ratio of chlorophyll A and B, okay, is approximately 3.8:1 something, and while in C3 it is 3:1, and the rate of production is very high. Okay, rate of production is high. Now, the different factors which affects the rate of photosynthesis. There are different factors which affect the rate of photosynthesis. Okay, see, when I am talking about sunlight, so obviously intensity of light will affect the rate of photosynthesis. So first factor will be light. Okay, which color light is absorbed, that will also affect. So color and intensity of light will affect the rate of photosynthesis. Next, carbon dioxide. So amount of carbon dioxide present in the atmosphere, that will also affect the rate of photosynthesis. Humidity, or we can say amount of water. Water is absorbed from the soil with the help of roots and it is transferred to all parts of the plant. So the amount of water will affect the rate of photosynthesis. Presence of chlorophyll will affect the rate of photosynthesis. All these are factors which affects the rate of photosynthesis. It doesn't mean that if I am going to take excess amount of carbon dioxide, the rate of photosynthesis will be more. No. If more light is absorbed, no, the rate of photosynthesis will not increase. It has certain limits. Up to that limit, the rate of photosynthesis will increase. After that, the rate will it will remain constant or it will start decreasing. So all these factors affects the rate of photosynthesis. One by one, we are going to deal with all the factors. First factor, light. It affects the rate of reaction, means intensity of light, quality of light and duration. And intensity of light increases from morning to noon. So same here, the rate of photosynthesis increases from morning to noon, and when the rate of photosynthesis and respiration ratio becomes 10:1, then photorespiration takes place. And if we are talking about quality, so most favorable light or wavelength for photosynthesis is red light, and after that it is blue, and green is ineffective and they are reflected back. For duration, mostly longer duration, the rare may be the gradually increasing. Okay, so the rate will decrease for the longer duration of light. Carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide concentration is 0.03 to 0.04 okay percent, and it is a limiting for photosynthesis. Photosynthesis increases with the increase in carbon dioxide concentration, but up to 0.6 to 1%, and after that it will become toxic. Temperature for C3 plant, the optimum temperature range is 25 to 30 degrees Celsius. For C4 plant, it is 30 to 40 degrees Celsius or maybe more. Next is water. If water is inadequate or deficient, it will decrease the rate of photosynthesis. I have told you that carbon dioxide and water is the raw material in photosynthesis. So, water is less, then the stomata will be closed and the rate of photosynthesis will be reduced. There are some internal factors also that like chlorophyll content, protoplasmic factor, accumulation of carbohydrate, all these. Now, we have completed our photosynthesis in higher plant. We have done Calvin cycle, Hertzsprung cycle, then electron transport. In that we have done PS1, PS2, both and I have told you which one is light reaction and which one is dark reaction. So just go through the videos properly, note down the points, and if you have any doubt you can ask me. Thank you. Have a nice day.